Okay, I'm sending you all live. Go ahead. Good luck.
Woo!
Hi, everybody.
Hey, how's it going
Hello.
out there?
Hello, everyone.
I'm Star of Violence, and this is going to be Dragon Quest 1. See you talking about
Yep.
Dragonloops, the famous breakfast cereal / pasta dish.
Spicy for some
I
reason.
am.
Sometimes. Depends on
Thanks so
how
much
it's
for watching, everybody. Dragon Quest RTA Marathon 2021, everyone. We'll be playing Dragon Quest 1 Dragonloop category. My name's Sumdiener.
Star, your voice is really quiet.
going. My voice is really quiet. That's odd. Okay, hold on.
I am Hactical.
I'm the Countess.
And I will be Star of Violence as soon as I boost my microphone again.
We're also joined here with Popsan. Popsan, hello.
Hi. Hello. I'm a Japanese speedrunner.
Oh, why is Hop so extremely low?
Oh.
I actually brought his volume up, so...
Well, we're doing some last-minute audio balance stuff, but we'll get started with the race here in just a moment.
Alright, well, I should be better, anyway?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So are we ready to get this kicked off, or?
Great. I'm getting my last-minute stuff set here, so
I'm good.
if everyone else is ready.
Hofu, Junbi
Oh, okay. I'm
there's-
ready.
Sweet. Okay,
Pop.
he sounds like Pop again, too.
Yeah.
Like he was like across the room or something. Alright, cool.
All right,
Well,
Star, if you want to
that
count us
case-
down.
I will count. Okay, counto.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, starto.
Hoi.
All right, so we're getting started here with Dragon Quest 1. We're playing Super Famicom remake version. If you saw in the marathon earlier, I played on Friday night the Dragon Quest 2 Super Famicom version. This is on the exact same cartridge, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 for Super Famicom. So we're getting started here, and this is the re-release of Dragon Quest 1 or Dragon Warrior on the NES, if you're familiar with that. So the game is quite a bit rebalanced, and this version is going to play out a lot faster overall, but we're going to make use of a few different variations along the way, which we'll talk about in the beginning. So started the game here. We play with just one hero, our hero, Bopo. Is everybody named Bopo?
No,
We had some
nope.
other names. We got Ai. Oh, and Sta.
He.
Okay, we got a few different names here. The name is actually important for your character. There are different stat growth archetypes based on what your character is named, and we want the strength HP archetype. So hopefully everybody's chosen names that will properly.
I'm open.
I've chosen a cursed name, but it still generates strength and HP growth.
That's fine. At the start of the
I
run,
don't know if I've finished a run with this name before, so we'll see.
Oh dang, not cursed.
at the start of the run, we're just going to stock up on some supplies here: medical herbs, torches, a dragon scale, and a club. And we're going to use these things to level up a little bit and work our way over to the town of Cole to the east. That's going to be sort of our first objective here in the game. Of course, our final
Come on,
our
Dean.
final-
You can't be using English names.
uh,
Myra.
Myra in the Japanese version here.
Where's Myra?
It's a little
This
bit
is
north of
my-
Call.
I'm not gonna win because they're gonna give me all this advice in Japanese, and I'm not gonna know where anything is.
I was trying to help you out. That's why I said Cole. You know where Cole
Oh,
is,
Countess,
right?
you know my advice in
That
English
one
is
I know.
lies too.
That's true. Maybe I'm
So
better off not knowing than having incorrect information.
our overall goal, of course, is to defeat the Dragon Lord who's inhabiting Charlotte Castle. We're going to need a few quest items to get there, of course, and maybe we're just going to need to get a little bit stronger so maybe we can actually win, too.
It's not, yeah.
So that's going to be sort of the flow of the game here, working towards getting to the final dungeon and then making sure we're strong enough to win.
Yep, so the start of the game is mostly just fighting some trash enemies, getting some levels while we work our way over, possibly keeping track of XP if people know when XP levels are for the first couple levels.
7 points for that first one. After that, maybe not so sure.
23 for the
Aye.
second,
I've got
45
9.
for the third.
Wow, Countess knows more than the rest of us.
Because when you play NES, it's on screen at all times, so I used to have
Yeah.
them memorized up through like level 12.
Yeah, but then it changes.
Yeah,
Oh, we fought. Did battle with a ghost there. Ghost is one of the stronger enemies here, but he does give more experience.
don't die on the way to Cole.
Kaishin no Ichigeki.
Nice Kaishin.
Nice, Kaishin.
Maybe I should die in all the places I normally die in because that's the route I know. I know all the backups. I may not know what to do if everything goes well.
As long as you're comfortable, that's all I care about.
That might be the best thing. Alright. One of the changes that we'll see here in a minute is that in this version, we can use torches as items in battle to throw them at enemies to do between 4 and 6 points of damage. It uses the same resistance checks as magic, so we can't throw them at metal monsters or anything like that, but we can use them to fight something stronger in the beginning of the game here. Hopefully a scorpion, but probably a Magidraki or a magician.
I got a mage. But I guess that means I
Magician's
could
the
keep one of my
worst.
torches.
Yeah, I got a 2-torch Magidraki. That's pretty good.
Actually, that lets me keep my
Nice.
other herb. too.
That
Not an
menu
urban
doesn't
approach.
wrap.
Oh,
We're good.
yeah.
We're fine. Still alive.
Some of the menus wrap and some of them don't in this game. I found that out the hard way.
I think throwing my club at that Magidraki would have hurt more than a torch, though. So I think the
You would
game
think
robbed me
so,
there.
but
If you could just get it back, then it'd be fine.
Yeah, this game hasn't invented boomerangs yet, so
Bopo throws the boomerang. Okay. Dang, I forgot to bring up a stream where I could see everybody. I'll have to do that in a minute, but
So one difference that you might see a couple people doing here once they get to Myra is we're going to be grabbing the clothes and a strength seed and the fairy flute. And then some people might choose to die in the swamp and save scum that strength seed, where other people might choose to wing away, possibly based on how much hit points they have left, whether it's quick to die or not, and use that strength seed later. And it'll also affect how they fight. We're going to be trying to get level 4 before going into the town of Garai to use the inn. And if you take the death warp, you'll usually have some MP to kill a couple things with fireball.
you'll probably need that gold for supplies too, since you
Mhm.
die.
if you death warp, you definitely do, yeah. Like, you won't have enough without it. You actually get a pretty decent amount of gold on the way to Myra the first time.
hmm
I think you'll
There's
probably have like 60 to 70 if you don't do that.
Yeah.
But you also death warp, yeah.
there's a bit of pro-con between these different options. Winging away tends to be a little bit quicker, but a little bit riskier because your strength will be lower for the next part.
I'd like to note that what I'm doing actually is death warping, but also keeping my seed to roll both of them later. So there's a third option too.
Interesting.
all
It's
the
a
options
little
select
easier
stone.
to like deal with the whole because you need to roll both of your strength seeds to 5+. Like you can get away with 4, but 4 makes a lot of things more of a pain.
Yeah.
5 is real nice for making sure Dragonloop is consistent, making sure Axe Knight is consistent, making sure grinding later is consistent.
Yeah, definitely later.
And doing both at the same time is somewhat of a time saver because otherwise you would have to possibly do a lot of resets on both of them. It's nice to be able to like
Depends.
save after that first one for a 3 if you get a 3 and then like move on and it gets a lot easier. It's an interesting like in between.
Okay. Once we've gone to Garai and healed up and whatnot, Garanhan, yes. We're going to go to the Rocky Mountain Cave, and one of the important things that we're going to do is we're going to make sure to fill our inventories up before we go in here. There's a special treasure chest near the bottom of the mountain cave that has different items in it when you open it. When you open it to check it out and to open it, 15 out of 16 chance it's a torch, which we don't care about. But there's a 1 in 16 chance that instead the item's a death necklace. And the death necklace sells for a bunch of money. We're going to use that to get a powerful weapon, a steel sword, in a little bit. To make sure that we get the death necklace, we're going to use a little bit of a trick. When we go to open the treasure chest that has the death necklace in it, if our inventory is full, the game will show us what's in the treasure chest and ask us if we want to throw something away to get what's inside of it. If it's a torch, we simply say no and close the box and open it again. And its contents are new each time we open it. If it's the death necklace, we'll drop one of our torches and just take the death necklace instead. As a consequence of making sure our inventory is full to get to the death necklace treasure chest, we have to navigate this dungeon in the dark.
Nobody's ever gotten lost in the dark here before.
Oh,
Never.
no.
Nope.
We have a couple of advantages. There's a very faint ring around our hero that we can see, like the edges of walls, that can help us tell where we are a little bit. If you absolutely get lost, there is a way to use a torch and go through the dungeon without walking in the dark, but you'll have to spend more time on the second floor, and the monsters down there are very strong. It's not in your best interest to spend more time down there than is necessary.
Yeah, you basically have to go through that floor twice.
We've also stocked up on some medical herbs and stuff to hopefully help us get through, but it's not a guarantee. It's somewhat based on our run luck. We won't be able to fight stuff on the deeper floors, and I'm out of MP, so I'm kind of struggling to fight stuff anyway.
Yeah, and speaking of run luck, the run chances are the same as what they were in Diener's DQ2 run the other day. So the first time you try to run away, it's a 50-50. The second time you try, it's also a 50-50. Third try, it's 75%, and then it's 87.5 forever. So you're never guaranteed to run like in some other games.
There are level thresholds where if our hero is strong enough, we are guaranteed to run away from weak monsters, but that doesn't come up too much in the speedrun. And when it does, we usually try and get away from them using fairy water instead. And just avoid the fight entirely. Or repel, similarly.
Already had 3 triple run fails? 2 triple run fails? I don't know.
My resources are already getting low. So there's several chests that we want to get in here in addition to the death necklace, so I'm not done. Oh, wow. SK, you were right. Oh my god.
First try.
First try.
What a cheater.
Come on.
What a cheater.
Why couldn't SK have told me I'd get it first try? I need that. He said I'm supposed to finish in 145.
Oh, well, so far, he's on point, so...
Is he on point for you?
1 for 1.
Alright, SK, how many tries am I getting it?
Okay, now that recovered the Death Necklace. We also want to get a Iron Shield and a couple of stat seeds in here. The Iron Shield is going to end up being the best shield in the game that we use. There is a better shield, Silver Shield, but it is only marginally better and is very expensive and not worth it, basically. It hardly does anything for us in the end. Some of the most powerful attacks we face near the end of the game are breath attacks, and defense power doesn't help on those.
Hey.
So Silver Shield doesn't do much there.
I do not have enough HP.
This is getting...
Up to 20 tries. $24.
Okay, now that... Oh. Once we recover everything in here, all the stat seeds, the shield, and everything, it's time to get out of the cave as fast as possible, and that means dying.
Wrong SK, third try. Not sixth.
Anato wa shinimashita.
Where's mine?
Sorry, Star. I ate yours. I got hungry.
Oh, this is so rude.
That was close.
Uh,
Oh, there it is.
Wait.
For everybody in chat asking about what is Dragonloop, we'll explain that in a little while. After the Golem, which is usually like 35 minutes or so into the run, assuming everything goes decently, we'll start the Dragonloop, and we'll kind of explain it then.
Yeah, there are two major popular categories of this game in Japan, the Dragonloop category and the Silver Harp category. And they're basically different ways of accumulating experience. The Silver Harp category uses a frame manipulation technique in the Silver Heart to summon metal slimes, as well as another frame manipulation technique to hopefully help defeat them, although it's not a guarantee. So in this category, the Silver Harp hunting method is forbidden, and we're instead going to get most of our experience in the mid-game through this thing called Dragonloop.
That's one.
I'm sitting here looking for strength seeds. Pops just died as well, so he's at the same spot I am. I'm rolling these strength seeds as we said earlier. I need to get 5 or better, so oops.
Yeah, I don't have those.
What don't you have, Callie?
The seeds. When do I go back for those? Do I have to do that now? I don't know if I want to Death Warp again. Maybe it's fine. I could get them before the harp after I buy keys. I didn't equip the shield either. Let me do that now before I forget.
There we go.
You probably want Strength Seed, but I don't know when it actually matters.
Yeah, that's my question is when.
Definitely
I'm gonna
before
buy
the goal.
keys first. I'll do it when I go back to do the grave. I'll just go to the cave, then the grave. Cave, then grave.
Okay.
That was a 1.
Yeah, I reset 3 or 4 times.
Only to reset once.
The rest of us are moving on. So our next stop on our adventure is going to be to get to Rimmeldar. One of the most important things in Rimmeldar is the key shop. That's going to unlock a bunch of different, literally unlock a bunch of different areas for us. There are several different stores that sell magic keys, but the one in Rimmeldar is the only one that doesn't require a magic key to go shopping at it. So it's kind of a bad business idea to sell keys to open locked doors behind one that's already locked.
Yeah, but they sell them at a markup, so Rimmeldar is also the cheapest.
It's
They don't
true.
have to pay to maintain that locked door.
Really, it's just
Why
that
is the
everybody's
less
keys don't
convenient-
break except for yours.
Why is it that the less convenient one is more expensive?
That's what I'm saying. How are you going to get any customers if your store is always locked?
All right, I got 3
Well,
and 3, and I'm on my way.
As much as we want to talk about the key markup, one of the things they changed in this version is that keys are drastically less expensive, on top of monsters giving substantially more gold. So, generally speaking, affording the keys is pretty trivial.
Yeah, and then the town of
probably-
Rimeldar also has a couple other things we're looking for too.
Right, we're going to
Couple
purchase
of,
that steel sword we talked about earlier in Rimeldar as well.
And also get a seed of defense and a seed of life.
I'm pretty low on resources. This could get a little bit interesting.
Does this kill? It does not kill. Does this kill? Okay, good. That one did.
This is not super safe, but this is pretty sketchy. I'm out of MP and I can't heal myself, but I'm very close to the town.
Okay, Wolf didn't see me. That's good. I wasn't at full.
Okay. Yeah, I ran into the wolf man. I had to use the last of my MP to burn him, but that's good. We made it.
Okay. Yep. Same situation as Diener, but I made it too.
Nice. Okay.
Definitely a chance of getting in a fight in that last bit.
Yeah, seriously.
I was on the south tip of the mountains with 5 HP and 1 MP.
I'm going to be discarding a few items to make room for other items as well. So, clothes and our trusty club are gone.
Yeah, unlike DQ3 and later, the remakes for DQ1 and 2 do not give you a bag. So inventory management's definitely a part of this run, which is, I mean, the whole reason the category works, right? Because of the Death Necklace.
Mhm.
But
Getting some extra supplies for the next part of our quest. So it pops in the exact same spot I am.
that I'm being blocked by the guard dude. Let me into the
Ow.
shop. I need to sell this guy my Death Necklace.
Hold on, I forgot something. I have 2 torches. Oh, because I forgot to get rid of them earlier. I ran out of herbs in the cave, and that's why I didn't. Okay. Oops. Now that we have keys, I'm coming back here to the castle, and we're going to get into the treasury. There's a few useful items in here, more stat seeds, some gold. We're going to use that gold to buy Chain Vest in the next town. We're going back to Garenham and going to go into the Tomb of Garai. Garen's grave. The agility seed. More MP seeds.
Okay. Alright.
And then back here, hidden in the corner, is a very important quest item. The first of 3 things we need to make the rainbow drop. It's the Stones of Sunlight. Taiyo no Ishi.
Gotten 5s on both of my MP seeds so far. That's kind of nice. So
That's nice luxury there, yeah.
we get 3 MP seeds throughout the course of the run, and they can roll between a 3 and a 5 each. And as long as you don't get all threes, you end up with at least 96 MP at level 18 for Dragonlord, which will give us 12 heal mores. And if you get all threes, then you end up short 1 heal more. And if you get extras with 5s, then you might be able to cast, for example, sleep on some dangerous enemies in Dragonlord's castle, which just gives you a little bit of wiggle room.
Yeah, you get some nice options there. You can maybe sometimes even have enough for an extra heal, just regular heal. Well, that's not especially helpful in the Dragonlord fight. It can help buffer your HP in between fights, working your way down. Of course, the enemies in the final dungeon are no pushovers. All right.
Oh, thank goodness, a non-3 MP seed.
I think I'm at 4 and 3.
Same now. I hit 3 on my first one, and I was like, yeah.
Oh,
nothing like walking up on the Dragonlord with 95 MP.
yeah, I know. It's never a good feeling.
You're like, yeah, I
No.
got all this Hoimi.
If you get some lucky Dragonlord 1 or a critical hit, then it doesn't really matter too much, but there are plenty of times when just 1 extra heal more is the difference between living and not living. So it's not a
Especially
death.
like if you have
It's
to
not a
burn
death
one on the way
sentence,
down.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a death sentence, but it's not a good feeling either.
Nah.
All right. Here in Garen's Grave, we need to get the Silver Harp to trade that for the Staff of Rain. Another one of those items we need to get the Rainbow Drop. HP Seed hidden up there at the top of the first floor we're going to grab. But otherwise, I'm just going to work on fighting my way down to get to the Silver Harp. And then once I get the Harp, I'm going to perform another Death Warp, Death Suruda, to get out of the dungeon the fastest.
Yeah, there's a couple XP thresholds in this dungeon that are pretty important. Trying to hit level 7 before we dive the deepest levels, and then we want to be level 8 for the golem. So we want to be getting close to level 8. Sometimes even you will hit level 8 here. Usually you get close and then you finish it on the way to the golem, but XP is a factor throughout this dungeon.
Yeah. Ideally, you want to get to level 7 and learn the sleep spell, as well as get some additional strength and max HP from that level up before you head down into B3. But there are strategies to go at level 6. I'm going to kind of keep an eye on Pop to see if he goes down. Since we're neck and neck, he might try and push it a little bit. I might follow him. We'll see, though.
One thing, if it's not obvious, that we all do when doing these DQ races, especially DQ1, is we do watch each other and sometimes adjust strategies and push things or take some chances depending on how things are going, and makes it a little bit more interesting sometimes.
Yeah, I'm
especially
diving
with
at
a racer
6.
like Pop.
Yeah, for anyone who isn't aware, Pop is a world-class player from Japan. Maybe the best Dragon Quest I player around, especially for this category. And there's lots of RNG that goes into factoring into who wins one of these races, but there's a degree of consistency that Pop has. It's just so difficult to match. Oh, stop spell for once actually mattered. Oh, now I'm asleep too. Can we pile on any more status effects? I don't think there are any more status effects in this game.
Yeah, I think that's it.
On the bright side, you can't have them all at the same time.
Well, this is true. I was asleep, so it didn't matter that I couldn't cast spells.
That fool, the sleep just wiped out your stop spell.
I woke up, I was still stop spelled.
Oh. I'm wrong.
It's fine. I got the
For some
heart,
reason,
but
I
I'm
thought
still
those things
level 6.
overrode each other.
That might be one of the only enemies that has both of those spells, too, the Hell Ghost.
There's a reason they call him Hell Ghost.
Well, at least I got level 7.
Hey, so did I.
Me
I
too.
got level 7 on floor 1 because I am constantly being harassed by enemies.
Yeah, I had a pretty quiet cave, and I picked up the harp before I was level 7. Pretty scary, though, wandering around down here.
It's always scary in here. There's Wraith Knights, and Wraith Knights
Yeah.
are just not what you fight.
Every encounter zone in the game has 5 different enemy encounter slots. So in any particular region or floor of a dungeon, there are basically 5 different enemies that can show up. Now, some enemies can occupy more than one of those slots, thus increasing the likelihood that they'll show up. But in this particular part of the dungeon, these deeper parts of this dungeon, there's one enemy slot is occupied by a skeleton knight called Wraith Knight, and he is super strong. We can't beat him. We're left running away from him, but 3 run fails and he just kills you. So we don't want to see him. Looks like I'm not going to see Mr. Wraith Knight.
Give me a fight.
Pop and I are getting set up to Death Warp. Oh, he's getting trolled by a Maida Lord.
When
here's
is a
Mr.
Mandalore
Wraith
not a
Knight.
troll?
He has 4 HP and the thing's just repeatedly healing itself. Oh, there, he died.
I hate having to kill myself
I
on
don't
Mandalore.
Alright, so Pop passed me just a little bit there, just barely. He died faster than I did. We'll see how much XP he needs till next level.
If I'm not mistaken, the problem with Mandalords is that they
150.
have no threshold for heal. They just do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they're the only enemy that is like that in this game, too.
Yep.
They can cast heal. Their AI can select heal no matter what their HP is. Even at full health, they'll just keep
And
healing
it's a
themselves.
fairly high chance to do so also.
hmm Okay, next we're going to do the Golem Walk. So Pop and I are setting out towards Melquito. It's Mercado in the GBC, but what is that town called?
Cantlin?
Cantlin.
Yep.
Right.
Yes.
There is a powerful boss guarding the town of Cantlin, the Golem. In this version, the Golem does not give a paltry 6 or 8 experience or whatever it is. He gives 2,500. And defeating this Golem will catapult our levels ahead pretty quickly. And it's in our best interest to defeat him as fast as possible. Now with the Fairy Flute, we can beat him as early as level 8. And that's what we're going to go do. Problem is the journey to Cantlin is extremely dangerous. Most of the enemies will kill me very fast. So we do what's called the Golem Walk, where we attempt to walk through this very dangerous region. And if we're lucky, we can make it to the Golem and defeat him and move on. And if we're not, we're going to get killed by something and we'll have to try again. It takes about 2 minutes to each time you fail to do the walk again. So hopefully that won't happen too many times, but sorry, I keep trying to menu Gira instead of Radiho because that's where Nana's sleep spell is.
I keep having to think about it a little bit myself.
Gold Man.
Two deaths. At least one was intentional.
So Pop's starting the Golem Walk here. I need to gain a little more experience before I can try.
Yes, I do.
Did you get those seeds, Cowie?
Not yet. I'm gonna do that now. And use my strength seed and save.
At the rate I'm getting encounters on the way down here, I'm going to have the 80 experience I needed to 8 before I even get close to Remulder. Or not Remulder, Domdora.
Domdora,
Hawksness.
yeah. Hawksness.
Can't hold it.
So this Shadow Knight here, Kage no Kishi, is the worst
Oh, there it is.
worst bad news customer you can see. He can defeat you in as few as 2 hits. So Pop got
He's
away
real
from
good at
one.
it, too.
He's setting up for... Yeah, looks like Pop's made it to the golem. Good. So as long as you use the flute and then attack, and then use the flute and then attack, alternating like that, the golem never has a chance to wake up and hit you. So as long as you have enough health to survive 1 hit from the golem, you can always win. In some cases, if you have resources left and Pop has a lot of MP, he'll heal himself up to try and get some double hits, which can progress the fight faster. The golem has 155 hit points, and we only do about 10 to 13 damage a hit. Unless we score critical hits, the fight can take a very long time. But it's a guaranteed win as long as you don't make any mistakes. And I extremely doubt Pop will make any mistakes. Me, on the other hand, I was slain by Kage no Kishi.
Kage.
I will make the journey again.
I'm on my walk, just getting to the dangerous enemy area. Also
Two
known as
eni-
the metal slime area.
We can encounter and defeat metal slimes in this game. We won't generally hunt for them because the encounter rate and chance of defeating them is quite low. But they are worth 775 experience points. Which, if you kill one on the way to the golem, levels you up before the golem, and you do more damage to the golem, and it's actually really good. Your Dragonloop is faster as well because you start at a level higher. But encountering and defeating a metal slime is pretty rare. We're allowed to use a frame manipulation technique to ensure that we deal at least 1 point of damage each time we swing from the second turn onward, but it doesn't help. It doesn't affect his run chance. He always has, I think, 50-50 run rate, so if he stays for like 4 or 5 turns, then I can be sure to beat him, but he's not that likely to stick around that long.
Alright, golem time.
Nice. Tactical's past me. He's in second place now. Oh, stars of the golem, too. I miss that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I wasn't too far behind getting my heart, but I do have to go back for these seeds in the Rocky Mountain Cave.
I'm sped him.
Got a warlock put me to sleep and cast 3 Gyros on me in a row. Killed me.
Yeah.
Not a lot I could have done there.
Oops. Something you probably saw all of the runners do in this section that... Hold on 1 second. Metal slime. He's gone.
Cliche.
One... Oh, on the golem? Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
One of the things you probably saw the runners do in this section is something called half tiling. Is you see me bump into these mountains, these impassable tiles, at an angle, at an offset. The game corrects my position and pushes me around, but it also doesn't register in the game. Like, it doesn't count as a step for the purposes of getting encounters. So it's a way of diminishing my encounter rate a little bit in this section. As you can see, there are a lot of these half tile corners that I can take working my way up here. And if I take advantage of all of them, then I'm saving myself, on average, probably about a battle's worth of tiles. Which is a big advantage when all these enemies are so strong. Okay, nice walk.
Alright, that went well. I got a nice Kaishin.
Oh, you got one too. Nice. Golem critical hits are a big deal. They do a lot of damage
That
because
is
of
so
the high
many
defense
turns.
power.
That's like a 10 to 12 turn save.
Oops, 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 oops.
Oops.
Why were things in that order?
Vault boss? Or
I was just about to
Yeah.
remark about the vault boss.
I somehow deposited the sword instead of the dragon scale.
Oh, I did that one time and I
Sword
forgot
fighting.
about it. I tried to fight the dragon with my bare hands. It didn't work.
Oh, why is that not on? Alright, now where's the Warlocks?
There's also a cool little thing. I just grabbed it. You'll see everyone else grab it too. The defense seat in the inn in Melquito, you can grab at a distance for some reason, from like a tile and a half away. I don't really know why. You just don't need to walk up to the dresser.
Yep.
Yeah, the search square is like too big there or something.
You can do it a half step into the doorway, I found.
Right.
Time to start looping dragons.
All 5s of my MPs.
Nice. It's time to start the Dragonloop. Most of our runners will begin it very shortly. The Dragonloop is, we call it the Dragonloop because the swamp cave dragon that is guarding the princess is worth 950 experience when you defeat him.
Yep. And so the general purpose of the dragon is that the dragon is guarding Princess Laura, and you're supposed to bring her back home, and she tells you how to get the compass or whatever, or where the token is. She gives you distances to the token or something. I don't remember exactly.
She
Girl
gives you the
Rhodo's
token
compass.
that helps you figure out how far away you are, and you get the actual clue from a guy in Cantland, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gives you the
That
coordinates.
sounds right. And anyway, so you're supposed to get the princess and bring her back home, but you can grab the princess, and if you die before getting back home with her, she kind of resets to be in the swamp cave, and the dragon respawns. So the whole point behind the dragon loop is that we'll be repeatedly, intentionally taking a death warp with Princess Laura, so that way we can fight the dragon over and over again.
Yep, as it turns out, fighting this swamp cave dragon repeatedly is going to be a very efficient way of leveling up. There's a bunch of subtle tricks that we're going to be using to help make it as fast as possible. The most important thing is with fairy water. We stocked up on lots of fairy water to help repel all of the overworld encounters, which will make getting back and forth to the cave to fight the dragon really easy. But as part of helping manage our fairy water, as well as facilitating just doing the whole thing faster, it helps us to finish the dragon fights on low HP. But getting killed by the dragon is definitely a major no-no. So we have a bit of a game we're playing with this dragon where we want to kill it, but we want to be almost dead when we kill it, but we definitely don't want to die.
Oh, miscounted.
So there are some different techniques and strategies we're going to be using to help speed that along and hopefully make sure that we don't get killed and we can clear out these dragons as fast as possible.
How much HP should you have for the golem?
57, I think, is the minimum. I wrote it down in my
Okay.
notes one time.
I got them all then.
But as long as you have, like, at least that much. Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
This other thing.
I thought I was supposed to be over 60.
No, he doesn't hit quite that hard. If your HP seed's rolled low, you might not have 60 as your max. You can even be missing a few HP and still win that. Or still survive a hit. As long as you tank one hit, you can win.
Yeah, as Shadow Killer says, the Dragon Loop is also in GBC. The GBC version is mostly identical to this version, but there are some subtle differences. The GBC version actually does a longer Dragon Loop because we'll be getting Rhodo's armor later, which gives you 1 hit point regeneration for every half step. But in GBC, there are no half steps, so you can't half tile through encounter zones, and you also get 1 HP per full step. And so the GBC
I was talking to you.
often does a 15 dragon loop instead of a 7 dragon loop that we'll be doing here to make up for the increased difficulty. You can still grind the normal way, but it's more difficult in GBC, so there are a couple of options.
Okay.
Back. How you doing, little guy? Get back here. So there's
Being
that
teased by
frame
metal slimes?
manipulation that I think Tactical or Diener was mentioning earlier. I don't know how to do that, so these guys are just going to run away from me.
Oh.
All right.
Well, they run away from us too, so.
just get a critical hit. Come on.
I tried.
No, I tried too. It didn't work. So the dragon can do basically up to about 20 damage per turn. So as long as I have 40 hit points, I can swing safely. Because turn order is randomized based off of your agility at the start of every turn, it's possible that you can get hit twice in a row before you can heal. So once my HP starts to get lower, I have to make sure I heal.
Yes, I did get 3 medals. They all ran.
Oh,
I think I did 1 damage to one of them.
that's as well as I did. So who needs frame manipulation? If anything, I just wasted time because the frame manipulation technique is slower.
Alright, just don't play the harp against the golem and I'm good. I'm gonna
Alright.
see the slowest menuing of all 5 runners on my golem fight right now because I do not want to mess this up and die.
Yeah, if we set our menus up correctly and we're still at full medical herbs, the menuing for the golem fight is very consistent. The flute's always in the same spot. You should just press left once to get to it. But if
And that's-
anything doesn't go exactly right, then yeah.
And that's one interesting thing to point out. None of the monsters drop random items or anything like that. All of the menus, if you do them exactly the same way every time, are going to set themselves up exactly the same way every single time. The items you're looking for will be in the same places every single time, and that can just help you find things really quickly, even if you can't read it. I know it's in Japanese here, and only one of us, I think, actually can read Japanese really well. You know,
Tactical.
It's not.
I was going to say it's the guy who actually is from Japan, but
Him too.
I'm probably the worst at reading Japanese of the 5 of us. To be fair.
But regarding that, like, you don't need to know any significant amount of Japanese to be able to play this game in particular, but a lot of Dragon Quest RTAs. As long as you're familiar with hiragana or katakana, then you can probably make your way through most of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fairly clean golem fight for not having any crits. He never woke up and I did double attacks the whole time.
Nice.
Yeah, I got a lot of double hits too when he finally got set up. So, sounds like everybody had nice, smooth golem. Oh. That's a terrible critical hit. 46 HP. Yuck. When you end fights with a lot of HP, since we try and die in the swamp, it takes more steps for me to die. And not only is that slower, but it drains my fairy water. Oops, that's the wrong spell. There are a couple of variations and sort of things that are going to sort of evolve in this Dragonloop as we go. Obviously, as we level up, our stats are getting better and it's easier to defeat the dragon. Our turn order is more consistent at level 13 as well. We're going to get the return spell, which is going to help us get out of the castle faster. But we're also eventually going to run out of fairy water and keys. So you saw Pop earlier, just now. Go back into the castle and buy more keys, because he was out. Oops.
Yeah, there are a couple of routing options. So you always have to buy fairy water after the 3rd dragon. And normally you buy keys after the 4th dragon, and then you get some stuff out of the vault after the 5th dragon. but you can choose to play a little bit more aggressively and get keys after Dragon 3 in addition to the Fairy Water, which is a little bit faster, but it means that you don't have an extra key at the end of the game. So if you wipe in the final dungeon, you don't have quite the same options.
Yeah.
You take a little bit more time to...
It's a little
get
bit
one.
of an option select, yeah, as you said, and it can actually depend sort of on how some of your dragons go even. But if you're playing PB attempts or something and very willing to commit to one chance in Charlock, then it wouldn't matter if you had the key or not.
Right.
Since we're racing here, we want to take certain measures of contingency plans. Typically, defeating the final boss is not a guarantee, and as it turns out, dying at any point in the final dungeon is generally a huge time loss compared to anything else. So there's still plenty of time for any of the racers really to stage a comeback.
Yeah, and anybody
Not that
who
there's
watched
a lot of time dividing us, honestly. I think everyone's having a pretty clean run so far.
Yeah, I was going to say anybody who watched DQ3 yesterday can see how, an example of a race where who is in the lead or who seems to be in the lead can kind of swing wildly as the game goes on. And DQ1's more stable than DQ3, but the end game is, just the same. The last dungeon can take anybody out at any time. Also, our friend Akuma no Kishi, who's guarding Roto's armor.
Oh, that was a much better grade. We often plan these early dragons with the expectation that we'll go second just to be safe, but when he goes first, I take more damage like that. It's pretty good. When the Dragonloop is all said and done, our characters will be level 15. This will teach us the Repel spell, but it'll also make us strong enough where we can have a reasonable chance at defeating Akuma no Kishi. We just mentioned the Armor Knight guarding Roto's armor. And that's kind of basically be our goal for this grind. We're also going to trade the Silver Harp for the Staff of Rain at the end of it as well. So, oops.
The word for critical hit, yes, Kaishin no Ichigeki is a terrific move or terrific hit or something along those lines. I don't know the exact translation. I know that there's some discussion about it. I think last night in chat.
Yeah.
One of the other topics that we talked about a few minutes ago a little bit, but that comes up in camp and chat last night a lot is, whether the runners actually speak Japanese. And obviously in this case, Pop is from Japan, so of course he speaks Japanese, but the rest of us, we're all pretty familiar with hiragana and katakana. We all know some amounts of kanji. I know Star and Countess have both taken Japanese classes, I believe. I know Countess has. I think Star has also, or at least done studying, and Diener's also done a little bit.
I took a semester in college.
So
a
we all have not like speaking level familiarity or anything like that, but no problems recognizing inventory items and knowing what we need to do to complete the run.
And you definitely shouldn't use language barrier as a reason to not get interested in speedrunning in general, not just for Dragon Quest, which is of course is very popular in Japan, and that's one of the principal reasons we speedrun the Japanese versions. And not only are they faster, but
it's funny because the question usually is phrased as, do you speak Japanese or do you just memorize everything? And the answer is, in the short term, sure, you have to be able to recognize characters, but in the long term, to go fast, you want to memorize where everything is in your inventory and perform the same set of inputs every time as much as possible. So it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, as I sort of mentioned earlier in this run, as long as you do everything the same, you get the items in the same spot every time. So you don't even read the items, you just go to the place that you know it's in, because it's always there. And that just comes from practice. And wouldn't matter what language it was in. You're always looking for... Oops, that's the wrong spell too. I'm having a problem casting Radiant when I don't need it. It doesn't work well outside. It doesn't seem to do anything. Okay, let's see. I think... Trying to figure out how far along everybody is.
I just finished Dragon 5.
Pop's level 14, so he's either at his second to last one or he's at his last one. I've killed 4, so I've got 3 more to go.
This game also has a very good English translation, fan translation patch that you can run on if you want. There's one small difference in that you need to buy an extra wing at the end because your MP doesn't get a free restore. But other than that, the English patch for this game is fine if you really are intimidated by the Japanese but want to learn it. Just don't try to play the DQ2 version of the patch because it's pretty buggy.
Just a few things wrong with it.
Alright, so I'm going to the vault to pick up my items from earlier that I need to complete the run. So the Silver Harp, the Stones of Sunlight, and my Dragon Scale back. You deposited the Dragon Scale earlier simply to have a little bit more inventory room for Holy Water.
Having the defense for the Dragonloop surely would be nice, but because the Fire Breath attack is not reduced by it and maxes out at 20 damage, then it really wouldn't help us play any more, with a lower line or anything like that. So it wouldn't make anything faster. But having extra fairy water during the grind is definitely going to help us go faster, so...
Yeah, and of course, as Poexel says, the GBC version's also very good.
We were talking about some of the small routing differences earlier, but you can practically play this identical route on that version. You will have to make some adjustments, and the end game, the final dungeon, is definitely more stressful because not only because of the Roto's armor not healing you as well, but also the encounter mechanics are a little different. You're not going to get resets on floor transitions. So it might be a little more stressful in that dungeon.
I don't want to buy one more.
Okay, so Pop must be getting ready for his final dragon. I'm not as behind as I thought.
I just killed number 6, so one more left for me.
Star must be in the same spot, yeah.
I killed number 1 after really badly messing up the fight.
If you didn't die, that's the important thing.
Yep.
So while the overall mechanic of the Dragonloop is pretty straightforward, there are a lot of subtleties and little fine-tuned things, menu optimizations that Pop is doing that are just going to make him play a little bit more consistent and a little bit more quickly. So
the biggest thing is fairy water usage and trying to maximize the number of steps that you get out of your fairy water and not getting into additional encounters while walking there and back. If you run dragons with too high of hit points, then you burn more steps and you get some encounters, which slows things down.
yeah, I had a little bit of a problem with that because of the critical hit I had in the first half. But looks like, yeah, it looks like Pop's all finished. He should have reached level 15, and he's going to take the princess with him around a few places. We take the princess with us because we're going to come back here one more time and fight one more dragon, the 8th dragon, after our second level grind session, which is going to be a little bit different. But he's going to head up to that shrine and trade out his harp for the Staff of Rain.
Yeah, and so there's a couple reasons for wanting level 15. The biggest one, of course, is to fight the Axe Knight to be able to get Roto's armor, Akuma no Kishi. And also you get the Repel spell, level 15, which means that we don't need to worry about holy water anymore.
Yeah, it'll save us a lot of time wandering around the overworld.
Hi, I'm back. I went quiet for my Dragonloop because I know I can't talk and count at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Welcome back.
It's like trying to like rub my head and pat my tummy. It just doesn't work out.
Looks like you're finished the Dragonloop too, though.
Yep.
Nice. Nice and smooth, no problems, I take it.
Oh, everything went pretty fine. Nothing exciting, but nothing, tragic either.
Make sure I don't pull a Diener and die in the swamp walking out of the last dragon.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I think I ended that fight with 5 hit points or something. Oops. I do have a lot of fairy water. Why am I not using it? Alright.
Yeah.
Pop's gonna go fight the Axe Knight now. And it's important we get Erdrick's armor to help us level grind. It's the best armor in the game, and we pretty much have to have it to win the game. But getting it sooner will prove to be beneficial, so he's going to do his best to fight this guy. He needs to hit him 4 times regularly to win, but the Axe Knight can use sleep. If the Axe Knight uses sleep and you fall asleep, it's usually very bad news, but it looks like Pop stayed awake and just beat up the Axe Knight. Got the armor. You pretty much just hit him and hope that he doesn't put you to sleep. And that's the strategy for that fight.
I tried to play this with Tactical and Star last week, but I forgot to buy the broadsword and quit. And I think I did a don't save, don't continue as well in that same run.
I recall
Yeah,
that
that
part,
was-
yeah.
Oh, the don't save, don't continue thing. Yeah, I have to be careful with that. I get really confused because you can get in like this infinite loop if you just say no over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But you have to pick yes at the right spot, otherwise you're gone. Alright, Pop has Roto's armor, the armor of Erdrick, and now he's gonna go do the strong Melchido grind.
Of course.
The final boss can be defeated as early as level 17. That's the level we learn Heal More at. But because we gain big boosts of strength and HP at level 18, it's generally in our best interest that, well, the probability of winning goes up dramatically. It goes from like 10% at level 17 to like 90%. Oh, that's not that high, but like 75%, let's say, at level 18. I don't know the exact numbers, I'm making them up. But my point is that I'm 100% sure that all of the runners here today will be getting to level 18 before they fight the Dragon Lord. So he's going to head down to the swamp and get the Roto's token, which is the 3rd item we need to get the rainbow drop. But we're also going to stay down there and fight a whole bunch of monsters until we're about level 17 or so. We're going to earn the last 4,000 experience. We need to go from level 17 to level 18 along the way down to fighting the Dragon Lord. But we're going to want to grind up about 2 levels worth of experience. The best way to do that with Roto's armor is to go up to the strong enemies in the hills near Malketo, near Cantlin, and just fight them for about 15 minutes. So Pop is basically getting set up to do just that.
I took a
He's gonna
swing
be
at
walking.
a gold man.
Game Boy would be proud.
I'm sure he would. He's going to be proud when I lose by 30 seconds the same way he did when he took a swing at a gold man.
Okay.
No, 17 is much faster when you actually win. But it takes, like, at least one crit to do it.
At least one. Yes. 17 is significantly faster, but the probability of winning is...
Like, the time we're about to spend here grinding
extremely
is just,
low.
like, gone, basically. You just go, and, you know, Dragonlord would die roughly just as fast. But you have to get lucky. There's no way around it.
Yeah, it's just...
Yeah, the record has a bad DL1 fight and needs 2 crits and gets 2 crits, so
Oh,
sometimes
yeah.
you just get lucky.
Do you, though? Do you really?
Sometimes you just need to get lucky.
Like the royal you.
Oh, I liked that bird. I was in the cave with the dragon and picked an encounter to heal on, and it ran away from me after I healed.
Hmm.
Super
Meta.
Oh, the
fast.
good guy Maida.
I love those.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maida's finally a good friend at that point. They're just so terrified of your healing. I know I would be.
All right, well.
I think I got an encounter with a Shadow Knight right on top of Roto's token. Yep.
Looks like the 4 of us that have fought Axe Knight all beat him first try so far. I beat him.
Means Cowie's got guaranteed first try, too.
Clear sweat.
It's fine. Independent events.
I was gonna say independent events. Alright, it's my last
fine,
chance
I've
for
got-
medicine.
I got more real estate for more accordions, so.
Oh.
I duplicated it like 3 extra times a minute ago.
Get. Oh, stay, Mr. Metal Slime. You can do it. Yes!
Ah.
Wow.
Metal Slime was defeated. Okay,
I can't
well,
believe Shadow Killer fed you a Metal
Oh.
Slime.
Nice metal.
Metal Slime was defeated. Nice.
About there.
Alright, well, that actually closed the experience gap between me and the other runners, like, just like that, so it's a lot closer between the 4 of us now all of a sudden.
Oh, time to go pull an Uncle Mike to get back ahead.
I'm gonna go back and look for more Metal Slimes.
Gonna go back and hit like 8 Metal Slimes. Ding.
Alright. Looks like the runners are going to set up here for the strong grind. So, since there isn't a whole lot else,
Do I need 6?
to mention about the strong grind, there were 4 enemies that were 4 different enemies we're going to encounter in the area.
And they are all Star Chimera.
I was-
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, go on.
That's all I'm finding.
The Killer Wolf is the easiest to defeat, but gives the fewest experience points. The Star Chimera here, this pink jerk bird, gives the second most experience. The second least. He gives a little more than the wolf.
And yet is the worst.
Is the worst out of all 4 of them because he has heal more. The Archmages, the yellow wizards, and then dragons. Dragons are worth the most experience. Basically, all the enemies here, we're just going to walk back and forth in these hills, recovering HP as we move around, and continue fighting monsters. All the enemies that we encounter, we're just going to keep attacking them until they die. The Star Chimeras, we have a bit of a decision tree when they go to heal. Basically, they can be put to sleep, so they take 3 hits to beat once they heal themselves, so we can hit them, put them to sleep, and then hit them 2 more times to kill them for sure. Well, it's actually not a guarantee, but
For the most part.
Sleep
What
isn't
so-
100%, and they're really
okay.
funky turn orders where he
Guy
can
meta.
wake up and then you miss. But generally speaking, that doesn't really happen.
No, it's actually a different drag. Like the dragon's stats are much different on the overworld
Oh
dragon.
yes, this overworld dragon is not the same as the swamp dragon. His breath and attacks, I think, are actually more powerful. No, the breath is the same.
Yes,
but the
breath
attack
the
is
same.
more powerful.
Attack is actually If it had like
His HP is much lower too.
if cave dragon had like overworld dragon attack strength, it
power,
would probably be a
yeah.
lot worse. Yeah.
We might not be able to win that easily.
The other thing that's worth noting about random enemies in this game is that everything outside of bosses spawns with a range of hit points from, I think it's 80 to 100% of their
Mhm.
full HP. So if an enemy might have, like Star Chimeras can have a max of 72, I think. And they can spawn with,
73.
is it 73?
Yeah.
And they can spawn with potentially 80% of that. So
Yeah.
that's why Diener was talking about a decision tree earlier when they heal. That's why we don't put them to sleep when we run into them, because they might not have that full hit points, and there's a decent chance of killing them in 2 hits. And then that also applies, I was going to say, to the dragon. Conversely, the boss version of the dragon always spawns with 153, so you can count damage more exactly, which is
Mhm.
pretty useful.
Especially in the Dragonloop section where we're trying to finish the fight at a specific moment.
Exactly.
The Star Chimera
They
almost
will-
killed me.
They'll spawn with a variable amount of HP to start the fight, but their max HP is always the same. So that's why when they use heal more, they always go back to this full amount of 73.
Even though there's usually differences between the ranges, the number ranges on spells between your casts and enemy casts, there isn't with heal more. It actually still does 80 to 100 on enemies.
Yeah, it's very powerful.
So heal more is absolutely guaranteed to make a Star Chimera max HP. Because even though it won't spawn with its max HP necessarily, it always has its max HP.
Yeah, the max HP value is always the same. So it's like they show up wounded.
And maybe more of them could be considerate and show up like that. That would be great.
I mentioned earlier every encounter zone has 5 encounter enemy slots. But wait a minute, I only described 4 enemies. That's because our good friend Jerkbird takes up 2 slots, and thus we encounter him at a 40% rate instead of 20% like the other 2 enemies, or the other 3 enemies, excuse me. So when it's all said and done, we generally kill twice as many Jerkbirds as anything else. Fewer than everything else combined, but lots of Jerkbirds.
So I think most of us are level 16 now.
Yeah, I just reached level 16.
So everybody
Same.
except Callie here.
Nice Kaishan.
So
I didn't need to heal there.
It'll be interesting to see when people start to heading over to the castle. There's a bit of a wiggle room for when you want to head out to the castle. We want to make sure we're level 17 after defeating the cave dragon so that we can fill our MP up fully before we head into the castle itself. But the more experience you earn out here in the grind, the less you have to earn in the castle, which is generally safer, but a little slower. So some strategies will have players leaving this grind section maybe just a little on the earlier side, and some players might stick around here a little bit longer. And to me, this is one of the more interesting race decisions that gets made between players at this point. If the race is still close, it's usually pretty interesting to see when people leave to try and to make their way down.
mhm.
Hey, that reminds me. How much total experience at level 17 again?
You need 17,000 for 17.
Sweet.
So the minimum is 16,050, right?
Yeah,
Down
definitely.
a little bit on that guy. There we go. That's better.
Pop was showing me
I don't want to cover up the game feed.
an image that he made that was basically like a plus or minus 500. from the level 17 mark. So, at least by his consideration, you would want to go to like 16.5-ish if you're being aggressive.
Yeah.
And you can tune it in between there.
Yeah, you can go anywhere from like I said, the absolute lowest is 16,050, but I've seen players grind up as high as 17.5.
One time I did that, and I beat Pop that way by getting 3 Darth Dragons on the bottom floor.
Nice.
And it was my birthday.
It's just what you
Hero's
wanted
Hero's
too.
birthday, man.
Hero's Hero's birthday.
It really was.
Okay. Yeah, because we'll be fighting most of the enemies in the final dungeon, which generally are worth more experience. But if you get too many encounters and too many encounters with things that aren't friendly, like healing armor knights or just even too many stone men can be really brutal on your resources. Or
I'm
if
seriously
you
getting nothing but Star Chimera.
fall
Yeah.
asleep too.
What did I tell you?
They're plentiful
Don't die
tonight.
to this one.
That's what I said earlier. 100% of the 4 different enemies you can get are all Star Chimera.
Yeah, there's.
I didn't go to the vault. Oh well.
You don't need
If you
to
forgot the vault after Dragon 6, it's okay. There's not really much of a difference as long as you don't forget it again.
Yeah.
Having the dragon scale can be nice to push that fight, but it's very subtle.
Yeah, I was just casting
Yeah.
outside after the last dragon and realized I didn't have it, so I'll just get it later, I guess. Not getting
Yeah.
that, getting this.
It's pretty. It's pretty luxury anyway. I mean, I like it. I consider it mandatory because I can't count. But like, if you
Yeah.
have dragon scale for dragons 6
6
and
and
7,
7.
you can just literally hold X until it dies, for the most part.
Well, I mean, my
for the most
concern
part.
is forgetting the Staff of Rain. I'm not worried about 4 defense
Oh
power.
yeah, that's much worse.
That's what I was getting at. Yeah, I've forgotten the Staff of Rain before, and that's kind of silly. It's not terrible since you have Repel still, but it's definitely a waste of
Yeah.
time all the way back up there.
It's just I have to remember to do it in a different spot than I'm used to getting it. Instead of getting
Yeah.
after the dragon, I'm going to be getting it on the way to the Dragon Lord. I cast that already, actually.
Ooh. Turn 1 critical hit against Star Camera. Perfect. Usually it's a turn 3 critical hit when the thing has 5 hit points left.
Stop resisting sleep. Star Chimeras have an 85% chance to go to sleep, and so missing it's always a little bit annoying.
Yeah, it's
About 15% annoying.
it's a lot more annoying than that. I think it's
True,
inversely
true.
proportional to how likely it is to miss.
Oh, true. 85% annoyed.
Okay, there we go. Since none of us died to the Axe Knight, all of us are going to have to perform a Death Warp. We're all still carrying the Princess, meaning to get that Cave Dragon to respawn, we've got to die. At the end of the grind, we'll take advantage of Death Warp. We can take Roto's armor off and just die in the swamp.
This guy.
Or fight monsters to the death, one or the other. It's usually a little faster to die in the swamp because you can avoid the you die jingle, but it's pretty small.
And we're all getting somewhat close to when we're going to have to make that call.
I'm at about 16.25 at this point.
I was lazy and I didn't put a timer. Normally I look at my timer, I grind for a certain number of minutes, and then I'm usually just good.
I normally count, and I didn't because I'm talking.
You can always just check status.
So that's why I turned
what
myself off
did.
earlier.
Yeah.
Alright, so Pop's getting ready to die. He's wiggling around in the swamp looking for a fight to finish up on. But that jerk bird's being a jerk. What do you know? Cowie's getting ready to fight Axe Knight.
Alright, officially none of us died to Axe Knight.
Nice. Ah, yeah, you fell asleep but woke up immediately. That's okay. If you wake up the same turn you fall asleep, then you basically don't lose anything. It's a bit of a difference. The monsters are guaranteed to stay asleep for at least one turn when we put them to sleep, but the player character can wake up immediately. It's not super likely, but...
Jerkbird.
Alright, so Pop's done his grind. He'll head over to the Swamp Cave, kill the dragon one more time, get his rainbow drop. Rest up, stock up on supplies, and then it's off to the final dungeon.
If I kill all 3 of those metal slimes I saw earlier, then I'll be back in this. Where are they at?
They're still hanging out there.
Just chilling, doing their thing.
One more fight.
Okay.
Oh, you know what, Hunger Guy? That actually doesn't even finish the game in this version. You wake up in Remolder, apparently having had a horrible dream. And I've seen early routes, like real old routes that would be like, go in there, get level 18, get the MP seed that's in the treasury that Dragonlord has, and then use him to warp yourself back to Remolder and go to the inn and go back in again.
Yeah, you could go in and then go out. You'd have more MP, both from level 18 and from the extra MP seed. You'd already have Rhoda's sword, so you could just dive straight down and clear it. That certainly would be safer, but it would be 2 trips. You're adding like 5 extra minutes.
It wasn't
I
fast,
did that
but
in one of the marathons where I died in this grind.
I've definitely entertained thoughts of doing exactly that just for funsies before. Like, imagine having level 18 plus an MP seed's worth of MP. Like,
Yeah.
how do you even
There's some
lose,
roll
except for, like,
combinations where you have
getting rolled by
healers.
Lollyo?
Yeah, it's worth mentioning that Dragonlord is a little bit different in this version compared to the original. In the original version, he knows Stop Spell, which is basically useless. In fact, if you're wearing Rhoda's armor, the armor of Erdrick in the original Dragon Warrior, you're immune to Stop Spell. That's not the case in this version, but it doesn't matter. He doesn't use Stop Spell. Instead, he uses Sleep, which is way worse. There are HP thresholds where you can fall asleep and he'll just kill you. Or what'll happen is he'll do a lot of damage to you, and you'll have to heal yourself, draining your resources. Dragonlord 1 also has Heal More, and the more times he casts Heal More, the longer the fight takes, which is, again, a drain on your resources. If we defeat Dragonlord 1 with enough MP left over, Dragonlord 2 is basically free. But if Dragonlord 1 drains too much of our MP, the fight starts to become much more complicated. And if he drains a lot of resources, we're pretty much praying for critical hits. At level 18, if any of us gets to Dragonlord 2 and scores a critical hit, you almost always win. It does so much damage.
Yeah.
As long as you can count.
You have to count. Dragonlord
I'd
2 is on a
say-
scripted attack pattern of 4 different attacks that he does in sequence, and as long as you know which attack he's going to do next, you can anticipate whether or not you need to heal. We have different safe lines for depending on which turn it is. But if you get off count and you're on the wrong turn and you attack when you should have healed, you can very easily die.
I'd say that threshold for where, like, the fight goes from, like, instant win to not so much is probably, like, the 72 to 64 MP leftover transition.
I was going to say, if you have 80 MP, you should always win. If you have 72, you have almost a guaranteed chance.
I think 72 is really, really good. 64,
It's
at least in my
72
experience, is where it's like,
extremely good. Yes.
yeah.
80 should be all but guaranteed.
Yeah, it's worth noting. So Diener mentioned that he's on a 4-turn cycle, but one of those turns can have a 50-50 shot of being a weak attack or a strong attack, and depending on which one you get and what turn order is like and how many herbs you have left, those types of things can have a big impact.
We
on-
basically assume he's going to do the powerful attack, because if we don't, he'll just kill us, right? So when he does the weak attack a few times, or if we get some favorable turn orders where he attacks us with a powerful attack on the same turn we want to heal, we can be very efficient in that fight. But if turn order plays out poorly, then it doesn't work so well.
Yeah, you can use herbs to mitigate that by using them to make sure that your excess heal more. You don't waste heal more heals, because like you'd really prefer
Our
not to
max-
be healing with heal more at like 80 HP, for instance, because the most it can even heal you there is like 50 or something.
We have about 140 max hit points there or so, and some of the heal lines are as low as about 100. And I don't want to heal myself when I'm only missing 40 health, but I have to if his next attacks are going to kill me. So
Yeah.
you hope that the Dragonlord goes first in those scenarios. Dragonlord, too, is generally faster than we are. It's about 60-40 in his favor, but it's not exactly predictable sometimes.
It's definitely too close to a coin flip to be banking on going first.
Oops.
Yeah, definitely not. Pop's made his way to the final dungeon. We'll be picking up Roto's sword, the Sword of Erdrick, in the dungeon along the way as well. It's the best weapon in the game, of course. Oh, I want to buy herbs, don't I? Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, luxury, right?
I forgot the last repel. I had to leave town and redo it.
So that's pretty much what Pop will be doing here as he's going through the dungeon. He's going to get the sword first, which is most of the way through the dungeon. Fighting little things here and there along the way. He's going to sort of be using his discretion to decide what he wants to fight and what he doesn't want to fight. And the runner has some degree of flexibility in that, too. If your experience is good, if you spend more time in the grind, you can run away from a lot of things there, like Axe Knights, that are more dangerous to fight. But if your XP is low, you kind of want to just be fighting stuff. You kind of don't have a choice
Mm-hmm.
in the matter.
It also depends on how aggressive you want to be on the bottom floors. So the bottom two floors have really scary enemies in Stoneman and Shinigami Okishi. And you don't really want to be fighting them as much as possible. So, but the bottom floors do have Darth Dragon Dasu. And they're
Dasu.
worth 350 XP. And they're effectively free. Because they're on a set cycle, and it's really not scary unless you don't kill it in 3 hits or if it ambushes you.
Yeah, unlike in the original version, the Red Dragon is actually the best enemy to see at this point. They give tons of experience, 2 to 3 times more than everything else, and they die quite easily.
This
But they
fuck
only
police
show
is
up
here
at
to enforce
20%.
them.
In those bottom floors, the Armor Knights show up at 40% rate, and they're very tough to fight. So it's a gamble. If you go down there looking for XP, you're fingers crossed you fight Red Dragons, and you fight a lot of them. Fingers crossed you do not fight a lot of Armored Knights, and if you fight Armored Knights, you pray they don't heal themselves. So then they're basically impossible to defeat.
Listen, SK, I'm afraid of Shinigami. I'm just more afraid of Stoneman. And Star is with me on this one.
Yeah. Man, after the last few runs I had, I'm afraid of everything. It don't matter anymore. Everything has had a chance to kill me at this point. And that only took a few days back.
Yeah, that sounds like DQ1, alright.
That run that I had where there just wasn't anything but stone men in this castle.
We bought a torch ahead of time to take with us to see in this castle. It's obviously using Radiant spell would drain away from my MP, and at all costs, I do not want to spend any MP such that it's going to take away from my heal more count. 96 MP is enough for 12, so at me, I have 98, so I can spare a sleep or something on some monster later. But under
Fine,
no
fine.
circumstances will I spend any of this MP unless it's a matter of life and death. And the other runners will probably be playing with the same kind of discretion with regards to casting magic.
I just used my extra
Yeah.
sleep on a stone man.
That's what it's for.
What else
I
am
have
gonna do with it?
101, so I've got 2 sleeps or a sleep and a heal.
I used sleep on Stone Man and it missed.
Hooray! That's the
85, I
worst
think, on
thing in
those
the
guys. Yeah.
Yeah, 100% of 85%.
I got a dodge hit, so I kind of got one back. But I wanted to kill the thing.
Yeah, don't we all? Just
On these middle floors,
hacking at the wall.
On these middle floors, this guy, Kisu Dragon, the blue dragon, is the best enemy. He gives more XP than most monsters and usually isn't too bad.
Kiss Dragon will depend a lot on if he Flames Breath, which you're resistant to with Roto's armor, or if he chomps you, which you're not.
Yeah, the teeth hurt. The fire breath, that's just warm.
But Kiss Dragon also gives good XP, so
Exactly. We generally want to fight those and the archmages, the wizards. Stone Man is too hard to defeat generally without the more powerful weapon, and the Axe Knights are risky because they can put you to sleep.
did this Kiss Dragon just dodge me 4 times, or was that 3 times?
Doesn't matter anymore.
I didn't die, so it's fine, but wow.
Yeah, Diener's better at actually talking while playing, so I let him do it.
Oh, thanks, guys. My favorite is trying to do commentary for a Dragon Quest III race that I'm also playing in.
Mm-hmm.
Because Pop is invariably beating me in that race, and I have to talk about what he's doing while playing a different part of the game. It's not so easy. This game's
My
easy.
favorite is banning bots in Diener's channel while we're racing.
Oh yeah, that was that was really cute. All right. Oh, Pop's fighting a red dragon. Pop just defeated Dasu Dragon. And if he's working his way down, he's nice.
Nice toss.
So Pop's going to be leading an experience. Unless something bad happens, Pop will be entering the Dragon Lord fight first, and has the best chance of winning this race right now. Pop's on the final floor now. He'll be fighting the Dragon Lord soon. He's going to make sure he gets to level 18 and then heals himself up, either with medical herbs or walking around with Roto's armor before he starts the fight. He'll make sure he refuses the Dragon Lord's offer, and then he'll do battle with the Dragon Lord, which I sort of explained earlier. The first form of the Dragon Lord is very slow. We tend to go, well, it's like 99% chance to go first in that fight. We need to hit him 7 times, subtracting about 2.5 hits every time he uses Heal More on himself. The big thing that's going to be scary, though, is falling asleep and getting killed, or losing a lot of resources, taking a lot of damage because he fell asleep. Or because the Dragon Lord cast Heal More too many times. But when we get to that fight, pay close attention to nice catch, how much MP Pop has after the end of the first phase. If he's got a lot, like 72 to 80, then he's almost certain to win. And if he's got 64 MP, he's got a good chance. If he's got less than that, maybe it'll be okay if he has a lot of medical herbs.
I've not gotten very many encounters.
I was hoping to at least get in the castle before someone beats the Dragon Lord, but if he's already down there, probably won't.
He's starting the battle right. He just leveled up. He's starting the battle now. Sure.
Yeah, I'm like a minute or 2 away from 17 still, I think.
Close, though.
My only unintentional deaths so far were Dragon 1 and Rocky Cave before getting the seeds.
It's not too bad. Could be the free PB.
Could be.
Lost Dragon, where are you?
keep getting put to sleep by Akuma no Kishi.
Probably finish around 150 at this pace.
All right, so Pop has 99 hit points and plenty of MP at the end of the first fight. It looks like he's in good shape, unless he gets back attacked. That's something that can happen. Nope, he's just going to throw a medical herb and then pay close attention to the turn order, healing when he needs to and attacking when he can. Pop should have plenty of resources and MP to win that fight, though. So he will almost certainly win the race. It's only a mistake could kill him at this point, I think. Bonk, bonk.
Where'd all my health go?
It's funny how it just disappears like that, isn't it?
Yeah. These
Oh.
birds, their health goes up.
Oh, that was a lot closer than I
I don't
thought.
have that spell,
Nice.
though.
Yeah.
I
Pops,
thank you.
pops on, GG.
Hey,
GG.
thank you.
Is there
Very
dragons
close.
in this zone?
Last hit.
Okay.
I
Nice.
swear that's the second or third dragon I've seen in this 15-minute grind.
I didn't see many more. I still haven't seen a stone man on these bottom floors, and I've got enough MP to sleep 2 of them.
It's just Shinigami City here for me. It's burning a heal more from me. Ugh. That's bad. I didn't want to have to do that, but I had to do that.
I haven't seen many wizards either. It's all been wolves and starbirds. I'm kind of just zoning out and turboing the starbirds, so that's not great.
It's fine, probably.
I have 55 MP right now, and I'm about done with the grind. Come on.
I
Just
can't
hang on a
start
little
the-
bit longer, Dragon Lord. We'll be with you soon.
Oh, here we go.
There's a Daimoto.
Star's taking on the Dragon Lord now. He looks like he's in pretty good shape.
Shinigami, keep healing on me.
Alright. I'm jumping in there too. Let's go.
Yes, with 17. Couple more fights. Yeah, critical hit. Could be my first one in this grind.
One more fight. Please,
Nice.
one more fight.
My Dragon Lord 1 did not heal himself at all.
Of course, now the Datsu shows up.
Whoa! Ah. I just went back in the castle. Stop. Wow.
Whoa, stop.
Whoa!
1 HP.
Oh no.
Nice.
He kept like strong hitting me and like letting me go first on my heal turns, and I was like, oh, I'm dead, and then I didn't be dead. Yeah, Ash got it right there. Like,
Where are we going?
Dragon Lord tech hitting me every turn. Holy moly.
Oh my god. Just trying to get HP back. Okay.
Oh, thought I got off count for a second there. No, we're good.
goes.
There. Finished him off.
Got him.
Kaishin Ichigeki.
Yeah, nice Kaishin. Where was mine?
I don't think it was.
I mean, I guess I
don't think
got.
that was.
I think
yeah, I
mine
think
was
that
better
was-
PR, but
I think I was about to kill that thing anyway.
Okay.
No matter
No
how hard.
heals.
Nice. So the timing stops for this game at the end of the credits. Pop's finished. GG pops on.
あ、
One-
作業時サムデア
135. 135 is a great time.
サムデアだな。
はい。ありがとう. Thank you so much. Got another Dragonlord fight going on here. Tactical screen. He's got a lot of MP to start, so you should feel confident.
I just. I did. What did I do? Okay. Yeah, that makes
Got him.
sense actually.
Nice.
Alright.
Oh, nice. ハクティカルさん。
Ah, thank you, Popsan.
dang,
GG.
nice spread here.
And there's Stars time.
Other than
138.
Countess having finished 2 hours before all of us.
Yep.
Yep.
Almost done with my second playthrough.
They call it Dragon loops for us. They
Oh,
call it
no.
DQ1 loops for him. He has to loop the whole game.
Nice. Good race.
Yeah, for sure. It was very close.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got like 4 players within 5 minutes of each other.
For Japanese speedruns, you usually time from power on to the end of the credits, so that's what we're doing for this run.
Yeah.
What happened that Cal started trolling? I queued these images up before we even started. So I submitted to the marathon, I think is the answer to the question. I've never grinded this game, so this is probably going to be a PB for me, even though I did, in fact, forget the Staff of Rain. But it may only be a PB by a few minutes. My PB is either 156 or 158, I don't even know.
Cowie always brings his best meme games to Dragon Quest RTA Marathon.
Alright, give me the stick.
I didn't think I was getting through the end of that fight.
Yeah,
I
can't believe you
really,
won
really
that.
didn't. Yeah, me neither, to be perfectly honest. I was like spending time
One
trying to
HP
eke
is all
out.
you need.
I was spending time trying to eke out like edges with the herbs and stuff, and he just kept responding by tech hitting my heel turns.
Reminds me when we played at Limit Break, Velociraptor's Dragonlord kill. He's getting owned by the Dragonlord like the entire fight. He outturns him and scores a critical hit when he's about to die.
Mm-hmm.
That's always good. See, all you have
It's
to do
one of
is
the most
do that
unbelievable
for level
kills.
17. Just do
Basically.
that, yeah.
Alright, let's not get lost in Marsh Cave again.
140.42 for me.
Nice, nice.
Nice.
Nice. Very good.
Alright.
As far as DQ1 races go, this one was honestly pretty nice to all of us. Usually somebody gets wiped out by something dumb somewhere.
It
Yeah.
took a golem lock death. I think that was like the biggest,
Yeah.
one of the biggest setbacks, and the game circled me back on Metal Slime to make up for it. So
Yeah, actually, that evens it out pretty dang well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the post Golem Metal Slime is not as good as the pre Golem Metal Slime, but
Yeah, my only bad luck was the Marsh Cave getting put to sleep by Warlock and then 3 blazes in a row. But
he's your biggest threat down there precisely for that reason. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
we cut HP lines a little bit lower sometimes to conserve resources, and then you fall asleep and die very easily.
yeah, or even you're just getting close to the end and you're getting antsy and don't feel like healing because you got a
That-
death warp in a second.
Exactly, that too.
Man,
So
that
I was like halfway between the Iron Shield and the chests. I wasn't going to get more than one more fight before those treasure chests.
The answer to who won DQ3 is DQ3 won DQ3.
Yeah.
It showed us all the ways that it can break our spirit.
Yeah,
Showed you the back of its hand is what it showed you.
At least it spread it out a bit, though. The
Yeah.
2nd through 4th place finishes were real close.
yeah. No, that was a really good race. It was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah. Thanks for
That one-
specifying to watch.
I was, yeah, I need to.
It was really fun to play, but I was screaming a few times.
My Dragonlord 1 was like, I don't know if anybody caught that Dragonlord 1, but there was a section where I must have been asleep for like 5 turns. But because he chose heal more for 2 of those turns, I like got out of it. But
Yeah,
like
that's not good. I think my DL1 used attack or Begurana every single turn.
Yeah, mine whiffed to sleep once, but otherwise,
Just kept hitting me. I was healing a little bit sooner than I normally would. But
I really like it when Dragonlord 1 chooses to cast Begurama because it's probably the worst thing he can actually do. Like, from his perspective.
It steals his MP and does no more damage than just attacking does.
Even less. I was checking. I was
pretty good.
checking the ranges actually because of the damage cut from Roto's armor. You end up with like a
you're
two
right.
like -2 points on both ends of the spectrum with Begurama, but he just like punches a little bit harder than Begurama does.
That's why we
DL
gotta get the silver shield.
Silver
DL
shield that
DL1's
doesn't do anything.
DL1's got a couple memes too where very, very rarely he can outspeed you. So your heal line is 40. So you don't heal unless you're under 40 because that's what he can do up to. Or 40 or less, I should say. But every now and then he'll just like randomly outspeed you and kill you, and it's like a 98% outspeed him or something. It's really crazy when it happens.
You think you're
And
safe.
the other is sometimes you can kill him in 6 hits instead of 7 if he doesn't heal.
Or the
And
critical
so-
hit. Yeah.
Yeah, or a crit.
Because Dragonlord 1's first attack can do up to 54 damage, we want to end that fight at 55, even though our safe line is lower for the fight itself. If you kill the Dragonlord too soon, Dragonlord 1 too soon, and you get to phase 2 without enough HP, you can just get incinerated.
Oh my gosh. It's really cool when I mean, it's obvious that Dragonlord 2 surprising you is nasty, but it's doubly nasty because he's got that scripted turn order, but what he does when he surprises you is simply takes turn 1 twice.
He doesn't advance his thing, so he hits you with strong breath in your face
Burns
twice.
you,
when
and then he burns
surprises
you.
So you hope for that 40% outspeed, otherwise...
Yeah, you pretty much die in that scenario too. You never end DL1 at full HP unless he fails sleep as his last action. So you can't survive 2 of those breaths. Typically.
Yeah, that's a fun one. You're at like 45 or something, and he's like, outspeed, sleep, punch, and that's it.
Yeah, that's why I healed a little sooner. I was kind of worried. Healed, I think, twice at 48.
Oh,
so
man,
bad.
see, I want to do that, but then I also feel like I'm like going to be down resources for the next thing, and it's
It's
tense.
it's a give and take thing. Exactly. Cowie's made his way here to the final dungeon.
Yeah, PB's getting questionable. I might be throwing. Wait.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well. I said that because I forgot to kill the dragon on the way in, but now I can kill the dragon on the way in, so.
Uh,
I needed to fight that because I needed XP, but that sleep lasted like 4 turns.
yeah. So we said that if everybody had gotten through Akuma no Kishi, but unfortunately he's a random encounter and sleep locked Countess.
I am just running from those now. Unless I have Roto Sword.
Yeah, but you
Same.
killed the dragon on the way through the marsh cave.
Oh,
If
that's
you're
true.
down on
Need an
XP, you
extra
better fight
1,000
that thing.
XP.
Yeah, no, I do that. There's kind of no choice in that matter. I mean, there is a
That's like
choice,
full
but the
HP
choice is
too,
to
but-
finish like 10 minutes later.
Alright.
Or you Getting get the on dragon, keys and but you'll everything want counts. another one to get
Oh,
into
right, the dragon
Charlock.
needs
Hey, I want into this party too.
Hello?
Hi, High Spirit.
Why didn't you join High Spirits?
If you said anything in the last 10 seconds, by the way, they didn't hear it. So.
Oh, great.
Oh,
Oops.
whatever.
GG, everyone.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't add
Thanks.
one for the death.
Oh, now I need to see
we
what
got more over
now I
here.
need to actually see what Countess is doing, because I haven't had anything but my game up.
There we go.
I had to pull it up in the middle.
Hopefully that's the last one that gets added. But I also said that 2 editions ago.
The world can always use more accordion players.
More
That's a
memes?
lie.
You want more memes? Did I hear that?
I'm glad nobody has
Yeah.
asked why this image exists because I'm not going to explain it.
Hi, Spirits, you're not using my stream for voice anymore, right?
No.
Okay, cool.
We're all going through live through my channel now.
Okie doke.
Those Remy spells. Alright.
Alright,
Take
let's
the
see what's
girl
going
with
on
us.
here. Oh, that's what's going on here.
Yep.
One for every death.
I don't have a
Yeah.
lot of
That's-
memes, but I do have this one
Beautiful.
from the randomizer community.
Oh no, rando memes.
Oh no.
Oh,
The Droll Lord.
I powerfully dislike that. Thank
The
you.
Dragon Lord.
looking at a droll is already one of the least.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell, the Drogon Lord.
Is all. It's definitely one of the things I like doing the least. So
Oh,
putting it on
God,
top of
look at
Dragon
that
Lord, yeah.
Here, since you don't like it, I'll move it over to Diener's.
Well, it's. I mean, it's not that I want it to go away so much as I just strongly dislike it. It's uncomfortable.
We'll make a
Can't
meta
look
version
away.
for you, Star.
Oh, thank goodness. Make sure it's a Meta Lord.
The true Meta Lord.
This was one of the major abominations that was created in the randomizer community.
It actually
golly.
kind of fits on its head, like pretty good.
I mean, I
Yeah,
guess
it
it
fits
does
great.
literally fit on its head, yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting creation, all right?
It could not fit, and then this could have not happened, and that probably would have also
See,
been
concept
okay.
gets it.
Enhance.
I don't want it to stop. I just don't like it. I mean, come on. There's a lot of people like that out there. Let's face it.
Oh, I can't
Now we
tell
need the
if
Sometimes you gotta
troll
get
lord.
There we go.
Sometimes you got to get outside your comfort zone, and I'm pretty sure I could throw a saddle on that thing and ride it like miles outside of my comfort zone.
I think we just need the Droll Lord playing an accordion to fit in.
Oh, that would
There we
be
go.
yeah. Yeah, do we have an accordion to give that guy, or at least bagpipes?
I don't know. I might be able to find an accordion to put on him by the time this is done.
Okay, all right.
Just grab one of Countess's.
Yeah.
There you
Well, I
go.
can't just take him off of his stream and put it on mine, you know.
I got like.
You're just not trying hard
on the
enough.
side.
Can't? Come on.
I'm waiting to
Come
get a
on.
message from Colonist with like, here's the GIF.
Streamlabs OBS got all these features, and
We could literally pluck icons off of someone else's stream and just put it on your own.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, I could do that. I have rigged this, when I had to come up with a new layout for that fill-in run. I did kind of finagle and do some shenanigans. I technically could. Hold on a second. I'll get to y'all.
That's it. That's it. We're not doing this again.
Oh no.
Get out of here. I'm not gonna let him bully me. There we go.
Bully the bully. Your XP's got to be in pretty good shape by now, huh?
Yeah, probably. I killed at least 4 things before I death warped grind, and then got like 2 or 3 more in this area before I died and went back for the dragon. Of course, it's 2 more Axe Knights. What else would it be in here?
3 more
Just-
Axe Knights?
It could be.
2 Axe Knights and a Jerk Bird.
Oh.
I'll take the Jerk Bird.
Oh, I hate those things. Even here at the end, they still chain heal themselves, and I can't sleep them.
Hey, we surprised the wizard. Get out of here.
There, tell me how that works.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty great.
That's not the right way. Not like this. I don't want to.
See?
No, you're gonna make
This is real technology working for you.
See, I told you could do it.
Some people route speedruns, some people grind speedruns, some people make memes, and there's room for everyone.
What is this floor?
We just use the portal gun and use it to put the accordion on the Dragon Lord. Droll Lord. I'm sorry, Droll Lord. I won't call you that ever again. Please don't hurt me.
Now,
He's already hurt you.
I may or may not be trying
I'm
to
not
get
sure what it could do, but
a 3D printed of this Drogon Lord for reasons, but it's hard to find someone who can help model a 3D version of this,
Well, I
no.
hear that.
Paint
Yeah.
has like Microsoft has a tool in Paint. It's called like 3D Viewer or something. You just give it a height map, so you
Ooh.
color the pixels a different shade. Like the darker pixels will be smaller on the print. The lighter colors will be higher up. Then you can just throw that into the 3D printing program.
Ooh, that could work.
And, Countess here did make Dragon Lord NES cartridges of DW1.
Exactly how I
think
made that.
one was a giveaway for Questing for Glory, I think. So, he's
Yeah.
already got it set up to do a Dragon Lord.
Yeah, but can it handle Drogon Lord though?
Nothing can handle Dragon Lord, but it can probably try.
Oh, this floor doesn't look familiar at all.
Just go down.
We should all erase NES instead. Then I'd know where I was going.
And then we'd also still be outside Rimmeldar with another
yeah.
hour there left to go
Yeah.
before moving on to
Nice.
the next place to spend an hour.
You say all, but I would be in bed and not on this layout.
Let's see. Should be a staircase around here somewhere. Nothing but blue dragons. Hey, it's like
Huh?
my second critical hit of the run. I'll take it.
Yeah, this is a famous track from Umineko, World and Accordion. If anybody but me gets that, then congratulations. If not, then I don't care.
I've heard of Umineko, that's about it.
That's about all you need, honestly. But
This one.
yeah.
I'm
Oh,
taking
I'm
that one,
noticing.
so
I'm
it's-
noticing that Great
Yeah, I
Sophia
know where I am
further
now.
back.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, great hair. Wait, I want to go up.
best hair.
Hey,
That
okay,
is
you all can't blame me for
powerful
this,
hair.
okay? It's not my fault that Countess's stream has started infecting mine, and now the Drogon Lord is addicted, okay? That's out of my hands. What can I say?
the true form of the machine virus.
Stop spell, stop spell. Right?
Oh, yeah, no, blaming me is a powerful but common strategy. The system works.
Alright, got the sword.
We could talk to RPG Limit Break about Drogon Lord versus Good Taste. We'll have to come up with a good taste, though.
Pretty sure that staircase is a trap and we want the one over here. Ooh, that sound effect on Erdrick's sword is cool. You can hear the 20 more attack power.
That satisfying slice. Thunder Sword uses the same effect too. The animation's blue, but
Ah. I don't need you. I should be close to leveling already. I've been fighting almost everything.
21,000. The XP threshold.
Yeah. I needed 3,000 when I died, and then I killed a boss dragon. I gotta be close. Should only be like, what, 15, 20 enemies, and here's a red dragon. I bet he pushes me over, and I've still got 2 floors to go.
I think the free PB is over with, though.
Yes, it is.
dang. There's always next year.
Yeah. Would have been close if I didn't die to Axe Knight, but
It's fine. It'll happen at RPG Limit Break 2021.
Practice room PB.
Mm-hmm.
Practice Room PB is just as legitimate as ROM Hack PB.
Yes.
Why did I bring this girl with me? Now I don't have my sprite anymore.
For the memes? Like, you replaced one meme with another meme. So,
Suppose.
Let's not encourage him
Don't
to say
dance.
yes. We know that meme, okay?
Stone Man turning my face into a meme.
Ouch.
Alright.
alright. Countess is approaching the Dragon Lord.
Drogon
almost-
Lord.
Of Kings.
It's almost time
Drogon.
to find a battle.
You fight the Dragon Lord, and then the Dragon Lord turns into the Drogon Lord.
Reveals his ultimate true
Oh,
form.
thank goodness. Okay.
The Dragon Lord is evolving. The Dragon Lord's head writhes grotesquely.
3.
See, there's that discomfort again.
Oh.
It's a multi-phase Necrosaur battle.
Whatever, man. Five. No. 5.
Ooh.
6. 4.5. 5.5. Fine, I'll just get my 3rd crit of the run against this guy. Please don't back attack me. Okay. 1,
64 magic, huh?
Might be okay.
2,
Might not be.
3, 4, 5. That's 1 again. 2 again.
Fin again.
This is where the good players would use an herb, right? That's 4.
His true form has been revealed.
2 again.
Oh no.
I gotta stop saying 5. 3. 4. 1. 2. 3. 4. Good, thank you. Now we A and pray.
Oof.
He 100 to 0'd me on that first sleep.
Yeah. Pretty bad Dragon Lord 1 there.
Oh, so close.
Yeah. Give it one more shot, I suppose.
The Dragon Lord is cheering for you.
Is that good or bad?
Yes.
Yes.
Almost made it through him without him casting heal more, but right on the last hit, he decided, why not? Why not make you hit me 3 more times?
Did you add in another accordion?
Oh, I gotta do that.
Does that mean I have to add another Dragon Lord?
No. The Dragon Lord just needs a second accordion.
Well, the second attempt is usually much easier because you have more magic to work with.
Yeah. I'll probably have an extra heal more.
Yeah, did you pick up extra keys?
Yeah.
He did. He does need to buy herbs.
Oh yeah, I'll need herbs too. I'm down to 1. Oh no, I actually used it on the Dragon Lord, didn't I? I had some pretty bad turn order in DL2 as well on my heal turns. There was like I think my last heal more, he actually went before me, which was good, but quite a few of the earlier ones, he decided I should go first and overheal and lose some of that healing.
Mm-hmm.
He bought me. We haven't had a good start no yet, and I'm staring at this little girl up there, wondering if she's going to take a half step down for us. Nope, I win. Alright. I didn't buy
Is
her.
this like the girl at the start of Dragon Warrior 4 where if she gets in your way you just have to reset?
Yeah, we'll start all over from whenever I last saved.
Wow, bullying someone who's just trying to purchase a wooden helmet, you know?
Yep.
No bully, please.
3, 4, 5, 6. Double check, because I have no faith in my ability to count. Okay, one more chance to get blocked. Nope. She's moving faster now, too. She still didn't do it. Kind of curious what causes them to sometimes take half steps, because it seems like they're pretty clearly intended to move a full tile if they move. Unless there's just a hard-coded 10% chance they take half a step.
They seem to take half steps pretty often in DQ too, so I don't imagine that it would be different between the two.
They're just learning from all the runners is all. You do half steps, they're like, wait, what does half steps do? I'm gonna learn it too.
But then they don't actually, like, walk on corners. They just walk half step in your way.
They're learning, okay? Don't make fun of them. They're trying their best.
I wonder if they half step into a wall if it moves them to the right. I don't know if you could even tell that.
I don't know what you're talking about, Drogon Lord. I don't see no Drogon Lord.
Okay, well, should have fought that guy. If I don't use any of my magic on the way down, I'll have an extra heal more that I didn't have last time. So that's the plan. Let's see if Axe Knights let that continue to be the plan.
Hopefully you can get away with using fewer herbs this time too. You used quite a bit last time.
Yeah. Oops.
Countess, you know, was having fun playing with the accordion, so, you know,
Pretty much.
got confused which one was him compared to the rest of the sprites, and, you know, it just went from there.
And the first thing that went wrong was I died in the Rocky Mountain Cave at whatever level that is, 5 or 6. And I got put to sleep by a warlock, and I don't have a torch. Do I need to pull up map of Charlock now? Or do I just burn the heal more?
It's not like NES.
It really isn't. See if Realm of Darkness will let me look at their maps, or if they think that I am linking from a third-party site. Down and left. Alright, we're good. A little bit easier to walk through here with no torch and yes map than with yes torch and no map. And we get more hair if I don't use a torch. That's good. Okay, the staircase is in the middle of this room, so that's going to be fun to find. Found it.
I can't tell at all where you are with everything going on your screen.
He's in the middle of the screen.
Go back down. Uh-oh.
Thanks.
Yeah,
He's the one under the thing in the middle of the screen.
Walk around that thing.
So where in Charlock is he?
Yes.
Not in the right place. I mean, I'm going the right way. Just, yeah. It's cool. This is the room that is most not like
Where
Nest.
in the
Makes you
cave
go around
is
backwards.
Countess San Diego?
Well,
Going
while he's
through-
going through the dungeon again, I guess I will take this time to do some thanks and stuff about the marathon, because he's lost in the dark anyway. So, but yeah, so Dragon Quest RTA 2021 marathon is coming up to an end here soon. Once he finds the bottom floor, we're good.
I left it around here somewhere.
Those stairs in a big room are hard to find. Much easier in the NES version where there's one lane that you can go down. But yeah, so I just want to give some thanks out there to some people and to some stuff for helping us run this event. Obviously to the runners for all putting on their runs to this weekend. Got to see a good chunk of the games from the main series and a few spin-offs, so we got a little bit here, a little bit there. Yes, if you're interested in Dragon Quest speedrunning, there's our Discord right there. We have a compendium that we have on pretty much all of the pages that you can click on if you want any resources for pretty much every version of every Dragon Quest game out there. Almost.
All the main series and a couple spin-offs. We got the Monsters and Heroes is in there, I know.
Yeah. So there's a lot of resources, whether you want to speed run or you're just looking to get through a game fast. There you go.
And there's people in there that know the answers to your questions too.
Exactly. We're like good co-commentary. Get back to your run. But yeah, so there's that. So putting thanks on for the admin, of course, behind the scenes that are making this thing run. Evil Ash, Claire Tonic were able to help out, and Cowness were able behind the scenes helping update bots, watching chats. Tonic with the layouts. All the layouts you see here is all Clear Tonic. Cowness, myself, and the runners who helped restream all the runs, and Star of Violence, who was also in chat helping to moderate and answer questions inside the setup stream or setup
I'm a figurehead.
Yeah, and of course, want to thank RPG Limit Break and Plexel for allowing us to put this event on. On this channel. I don't know. I have no idea which one this is because we've done it every year, then we skipped a couple, a year or two, and then we did it several years in a row. That's why we just called it 2021.
Oh, it's this year's.
Yes.
Of course.
It's this year's.
I think it's 5, maybe 6. I think it's 5.
Something like
Like
that.
12.
Yeah.
Usually annual Dragon Quest RTA Marathon.
Yeah, the mostly annual, the semi-annual. But hey, maybe we'll be back again next year to do it again. It's a lot of it comes down to if we have time to put on the event. Hey, Countess found the bottom floor. Look at that.
Yeah, I may or may not have started walking toward the sword at one point, but we eventually turned around and
We didn't
came
see,
the
don't
correct
worry.
direction. Yeah.
And of course, we want to thank the Drogon Lord for supervising this final race. Without your support, we couldn't have turned off so many people that we did.
Actually, haven't used any herbs. Why wasn't the first walk this nice?
But yeah, so just thanks to everyone who helped put this together, and hopefully next year we can find some time and do it again. Maybe get some more runs in there, like to the missing runs that everyone was asking about all weekend. Those runs that shall not be named.
And of course, big thanks to you also, High Spirits. I know you did a lot of the work behind the scenes and coming up with the schedule and the games list and all of that stuff, plus the restreaming and all of that. So, obviously big thanks to you as well.
And thank you, and let's beat this Dragon Lord.
Get
Drogon
it.
Lord.
Drogon Lord. Well, it's not the Drogon Lord yet.
Countess. Man, I'll give you an encore game if you don't watch out. I've got just the thing.
Oh, I don't have to heal turn 1.
Oh, you got a lot more magic this time, don't you?
3. 4.
There, he's had time to grow up since the last time he feasted on you.
3. 4. 1. Good. 2.
Now, it's, by the way, completely coincidence that this YouTube soundtrack is playing the Dragon Lord theme at this moment. Just saying, it wasn't my plan.
My count might have been off, but it's fine. I didn't say 5 at any point in that attempt.
Yay!
That was better.
GG.
GG.
Nice. Well played.
And it was close to estimate. Woo!
Yeah. Like 4.5 minutes over. That's not bad.
Yay!
That's nothing.
Yeah, we're
Would've
not.
been-
We're just teasing. GG, man.
Closer than monsters.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh no!
You went there, didn't you?
I had to.
No 30-minute menu mistakes, just some 5 to 10-minute menu mistakes.
You just really wanted to see what that monster combination was, that's all.
It was a decent run until after the Dragonloop. I was like, I think 110 at the end of the Dragonloop. But
Yeah, that's good.
then I forgot to go to the bank. I forgot to get the Staff of Rain till I was at the Rainbow Drop guy.
145 next year. Let's go.
Yep, the PB is free, you know.
Overall, though, like, the first 4 finishing within, what, 5 minutes of each other, approximately? So, not bad, close
Yeah,
race for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had
like-
3 people under 140. That's good.
Well, one was 140-42, but we'll say
Yeah.
sub 140. That still counts.
Yeah, 130 is like a really clean run of this route.
Yeah, it's 131 is the fastest I finished this route.
Which is not even
Might be-
actually close to what the world record is, which is really makes you think about, like, what you can do with this run, actually.
Yeah, there are some different strategies, and 17 Dragonlord saves a lot of time, but it's a huge gamble.
I think it's, what, 117 or 116 or something is the world record?
Something like that.
117.
Yeah.
I remember
like
a couple
Dragonloop's
years.
a level lower, and you go to Rocky Mountain Cave like immediately. That's a lot of stuff that early on you'll have to reset over a lot. You couldn't do it in a race.
Mm-hmm.
But even with level 18 strats, I remember a couple years ago, PopSun organized a DQ1 averages tournament,
yeah.
and it was mostly Japanese players. But Diener, Star, and I all joined. But it was like a 7 out of 10 to move to the bracket, and I think Pop had 3 runs under 130 with level 18 Dragonlord, at least 2. And it's insane.
He plays the games that he plays them at such a high level, so consistently. It's very impressive.
Yeah, it is.
Nice. The end.
The end.
GG.
GG, everybody.
Yeah.
GG.
Y'all for this game and all the others.
Absolutely.
For an RPG marathon, we stayed really close on schedule for the whole thing.
Yeah, for the most part, things went well. We had one little hiccup there over one of the nights, but able to get that at least smoothed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a great time coming on and playing, as always. So thanks again to everybody involved who put the event together, and all you at home for watching. Really appreciate it.
Oh yeah. Well, the good news is I think we've gotten through all of our thank yous and everything already. So I think we can move on to rating someone. What do you think? I see someone who right now could probably use a little love. They're doing a race, a Dragon Quest XI PC race with someone else. So I'm thinking send everyone over to Doey12. And if we need a message, I guess we can go with the tried and true. All dragons have been quested.
Indeed.
So once again, thanks everyone for the event, the runners, behind the scenes, the viewers that like you. Thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll be back again next year with some more Dragon Quest RTA.